shuts down rumors. Another update on Liv Morgan's WWE return. AJ Lee CM Punk backstage with Stephanie Vaquer. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The Undertaker and Michelle McCool talk about the infamous WrestleMania undefeated streak that the dead man had for the majority of his legendary WWE career. And the two shut down some rumors making the rounds as of late during the latest installment of their official 6 Feet Under podcast. WWE released the complete video podcast with the married WWE Hall of Fame legends and co-hosts of WWE LFG on A&A via their official YouTube channel on Thursday morning. Liv Morgan's WWE return definitely appears to be drawing closer. As noted on Wednesday, the former WWE Women's World Champion shared a photo of Dominik Mysterio's AAA Mega Championship and WWE Intercontinental Championship in the back of a car, signifying that she is back on the road with Daddy Dom in preparation of her long-awaited WWE return. In another update, photos have surfaced from a new photo shoot that Morgan and Mysterio did together for the John Geyer collection of clothing that will be released around the WWE Survivor Series War Games premium live event in San Diego, California. In November, Dominik Mysterio, betrayed by Finn Balor 4 other ways his IC title match versus Rusev can end on WWE Raw. Dominik Mysterio will defend his WWE Intercontinental Championship against Rusev on Monday Night Raw tonight. Rusev defeated JD McDonough last week on the show, and a scared Dominik Mysterio couldn't even save his Judgment Day mate from the Bulgarian Brute's assault. Finn Balor had to come out, who also gave Dom an earful for not being able to intervene and make the save. This week, Dom has an uphill task to protect his gold against the 3-time United States champion. In this listicle, we will list 4 potential ways the WWE IC title match between Dom and Rusev can conclude tonight on Raw. Finn Balor turns on Dominik Mysterio and Dom loses title. Finn Balor and Dominik Mysterio do not gel up. The two have had their bittersweet relationship for the past few months. There have been numerous instances when it appeared that either of the two would turn against the other. However, that hasn't happened so far. It might happen tonight, as Finn Balor might turn on Dominik, leaving him to fend for himself against Rusev. Baylor was angry on Dominik last week for being there and still not saving JD McDonough from Rusev's attack. The Prince might finally ditch Dirty Dom this time, costing him his WWE Intercontinental Championship. Rusev wins by DQ as Finn Balor and JD McDonough interfere. Another probable ending of the match between Rusev and Dominik could be the Bulgarian Brute winning as a result of disqualification, but not winning the gold exactly. This is one of the most common finishes of title matches on the shows. Finn Balor and JD McDonough can attack Rusev, leading to the referee calling out the match. Dom loses the match but ends up retaining his WWE Intercontinental Championship. This would set their clash for another big PLE. #2. Dominik retains the WWE Intercontinental title after JD and Finn Balor help him. Dominik could also retain his WWE Intercontinental Championship after getting help from Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Dom has so far been able to win crucial matches somehow or another. After getting help from his Judgment Day mates tonight, might be just another night when the 27-year-old superstar might win the match after getting help from his friends. Even if Finn Balor doesn't come out, JD McDonough can help Dom save his title from Rusev. #1. Rusev wins clean. Another finish could be Rusev beating Dominik Mysterio clean and winning the Intercontinental Championship with no Finn Balor and JD McDonough around. The 39-year-old superstar has all the reasons to win this match by himself. Dominik is certainly no match for Rusev's strength, and on any given day, Rusev will easily win over Dominik. If the company wants to finally start a feud between Dom and Baylor, then it can book Dom to lose the gold to Rusev tonight on Raw. Otherwise, there are no other reasons. A title change is happening on the show tonight. Dominik Mysterio, Wyatt's, Natalya set for AAA title bouts at special event. The most recent AAA television taping, September 27, 2025, was a wild night from Mexico City. The end result created title matches for Dominik Mysterio, the Wyatt Six, and Natalya at the upcoming special event Heroes Inmortales on October 25. Dirty Dom opened the broadcast to celebrate himself as the new mega champion. Dominik disrespectfully requested that his face replace Antonio Peña, founder, on the AAA flags. Dom made history as the first wrestler to hold a WWE title and a AAA title at the same time. His imbecile father couldn't do that. None of the Lucha Libre legends ever did that either. Like it or not, Dom is the savior of Lucha Libre. Dominik returned on commentary for the main event of the evening. Hijo del Vikingo, Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano duked it out for #1 contender status to the AAA Mega Championship. This match was nuts. It was balls-to-the-wall excitement. Down the stretch, Vikingo stepped from the turnbuckles onto Dragon's shoulders to leap for a Mexican destroyer on Americano. Vikingo followed up for a springboard destroyer to Dragon. Kick out by Dragon, so Vikingo went for the finish to land a 630 senton. Americano took advantage to dump Vikingo from the ring. Americano tired to steal the pin, however, Dragon kicked out. Americano loaded his mask for a headbutt. It looked like this match was over. Then Vikingo pulled Americano off the pin. Vikingo pulled Americano off the pin. Vikingo launched for a shooting star press off the apron down to the floor. Vikingo was plotting for a move on top of the commentary table. Dragon shot out like a cannonball for a huge suicide dive. Calling this a suicide dive doesn't do it justice. Dragon had the window of opportunity to finish Americano with Operation Dragon. Dragon punched his ticket to challenge Dirty Dom for the mega title at Heroes Inmortales. Natalya previously defeated Fabi Apache at Worlds Collide in a #1 contender bout to challenge for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship. Fabi was booked to wrestle Flammer in a non-title bout. Prior to the contest, Fabi requested to increase the stakes. If Fabi wins, then she will get to compete for the women's title in a three-way with Flammer and Natalya at Heroes Inmortales. Flammer made a counteroffer. If Fabi loses, then she won't be able to challenge Flammer ever again for the title. Game on. Fabi backed it up in the ring. After a superplex, Fabi executed a dragon suplex for a bridging pin to win. The crowd was hot for the 3 count. That means Flammer, Natalya, and Fabi will meet in a rematch from Triple Mania. Bayley could be picked for a major backstage role in WWE after retirement. Says veteran Raw superstar Bayley is among the most respected and beloved performers in all of WWE today, not just by fans, but also by her colleagues in the locker room. Dutch Mantell believes that the role model could be handed the role of a coach and mentor to the women's division post her retirement from in-ring competition. A few days back in an interview, Cody Rhodes named himself Bayley, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns as potential replacements to Triple H as CCO of WWE a decade from now. As expected, his comments quickly went viral among the wrestling world, with fans picking their own favorites for the role. Dutch Mantell addressed the same on the latest episode of his Storytime podcast. The wrestling veteran believes that while Bayley might not have the chops to run WWE by herself, she could be handed the reins of the women's division. Mantell added that the role model's in-ring expertise could make her a great candidate to become a Bayley's expertise would come in in-ring work. Trying to figure out ideas and angles for the girls. I think creative can handle that well. I think Bayley might be in charge of the working part of it, said Dutch Mantle. Bayley has something planned for her post-retirement life from WWE. Last year, Bayley discussed what she intended to do once her time as an in-ring talent came to an end. The Raw superstar revealed that she always dreamt of opening her wrestling school and that she would love to guide the next generation of performers. I've always had a dream of opening a wrestling school, so I think that's closer than ever. I think I'll always be a part of this. Bayley quote. Retirement is far off, as she's only 36. And there's still a lot she could accomplish before she reaches the end of the road in her career. If you take any quotes from this article, please credit Storytime with Dutch Mantell and provide an HT to Sportskeeda Wrestling. JUSO may turn heel on Raw unless 9-time champion returns to WWE. The past few weeks have seen Jey Uso's mental state deteriorate with each passing episode of Monday Night Raw. There's a lot he is wrestling and fighting with. The Vision, being whom he is actively feuding with, or LA Knight, with whom he has ignited a heated conflict. But that's just the surface of it all. It all goes deeper, doesn't it? The real struggle we witness Jey portray on screen is that of someone who is struggling with ambition, failure, inadequacy, family dynamics, and indeed the knowledge of confronting the dark path one can see themselves heading down. So when that struggle, when that darkness continues to intensify, when one's twin brother comes back to help one through first the outer conflicts and then the inner conflicts that further complicates everything. Contrary to what one would have hoped, it creates new internal and external conflicts. It also creates a new fear of what the darkness within may soon manifest itself into. And when one has been on different ends of similar conflicts as a part of the bloodline, there is a concerning precedent to be wary of. What if this internal turmoil leads to Jay fracturing his relationship with Jimmy again? We have already seen that to an extent with Jay and Jimmy, and there is a similar story that can be told between Jay and Cody Rhodes, seeds having been planted last week on Raw. At this point, and this is hope and possibility and not a sure thing, for Jey Uso may already be too far gone. There is only one man who can get him out of the state he is in. It is not Cody. It is not Big Jim. It is not Sami Zayn. The only man who can save Jay and the only man who can save his family is the OTC. Roman Reigns, after all, has been through it all. He has coerced and manipulated his family in his quest to stay on top. Jey Uso, having had a taste of the same, does not yet know what to do, but remember, the tribal chief was only born in 2020. The big dog first got to the top of the mountain 5 years before that. But here's the thing. Has Roman Reigns truly grown enough as a character to the point that he can understand Jey Uso's struggles and actually have the patience and willingness to help him through it? Or will Reigns' return further escalate tensions within Jey Uso and the bloodline? And given how the major points in Jay's descent into what he is becoming have been a recent conversation with Reigns and Reigns being taken out by the Bronsons, is there another game of manipulation going on? Roman Reigns' imminent return may help settle things down with Jey Uso, but not before spicing them up further. There are a lot of questions that need answering here, and tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw may do so to an extent, especially if the OTC makes his return to WWE less than 24 hours from now. However, whenever he does return, one thing is abundantly clear. The Bloodline saga is back, and Roman Reigns' return will only make it all the more captivating. And regardless of all that could go wrong, the only way Jay can be saved is for Roman Reigns to fulfill his duty as a true tribal chief that he never could truly become. Never let a good crisis go to waste, they say. Well, Jey Uso's descent into madness provides Roman Reigns with the opportunity to realize his own destiny and help his former right-hand man realize his.